Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and goddamn, after over a month now of knocking out my top 50, I have now come down to the top 10. Can you feel that? Shit's getting thick in here now. Intense. Yes, these are the best of the best right here, in my opinion. Now, once again, you may not agree with my opinion, and that's great. I'm down with that. In fact, if you disagree, show me your top 10. That's what this is all about. This is about sharing your movies and everything else within the community. That is what it's all about. So yes, I want to see your guys' top, I prefer to see some top 50s out there. If you break them up like this, that's fine. Hey, send me the link. I want to know. I want to see your guys' stuff. Alright, here we go. So without any further, without milking this any longer than I normally do, the Phantoms top 10. Now, I think my top 10, I'm not going to lie, it looks, I said no more milking, I'm just going to milk it out a little longer. It may look generic to most, but I think this is typically like the horror list, except for number 10. I think 10 is going to be the one that I'm going to get some groans about. Because I took out some pretty good movies, out my top 10 and put in the, 11 to 20 spot. And I think this is going to be the one that's going to surprise people. I think everything else will be like, yeah, typical, whatever. But yeah, this is going to be the one that's going to be everyone's going to be like, what, Phantom? This took out, Nightmare on Elm Street. This took out Friday the 13th. And that movie is Frailty. I fucking love this movie. And you know what? It's one of those that I was like, even when I made this list, I kept thinking, like, well, this probably won't make top 10. I always said my top 10, but, I was like, in all reality. But then I started matching them up and lining them up, and I just kept pumping it back up. And before I knew it, it was number 10. Right now, I am all over McConaughey's nuts. Like, I'm just like, oh, Dallas Buyers Club and Interstellar and the fucking commercials he did for Lincoln. I was like, McConaughey's awesome. But there was a time, and I'm talking a huge gap of time, where I was like, fuck McConaughey. Because he did all these, like, faggy chick flick movies, and I just don't get into that shit. And then anything else he did was just moronic. I think, the only thing I can think of at this point, this time period, that I liked him in was Dazed and Confused and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Next Generation. Beyond that, I was like, fuck him. But then this movie came along, and I was like, oh my god, like this guy, I never said he couldn't act. He just usually acted in shit I didn't care about. But this is like, goddamn, like this guy is brilliant. It beyond words. The twist, phenomenal. The storyline itself, Bill Paxton, which I'm not sure if he ever went on to direct any more horror. You can definitely tell Paxton's highly influenced by Hitchcock. I mean, a lot of this stuff, if you watch special features on this thing, he'll even tell you, like, he just Hitchcock this. I mean, it was all, big inspiration. But this movie is just so fucking good. Like, I don't know. And it just kind of, I wish it gets more, I don't know. Most people talk about more. It's definitely, it's a very underrated movie. Even though Stephen King was all over it too. But this is one of those few movies, even like I said, even when I was like, fuck Matthew McConaughey, I'd be like, except for Frailty, like he was awesome in this. Yeah, the whole cast did great in this. I mean, this is just an awesome movie. So, drop your hate mail right now. Alright, now here we go on. This will be the most standard, boring, generic top 10, but I'm sorry, these are great, these are, the cream of the crop for a reason. These are, why these are considered the best. My number 9, Black Christmas. Fucking awesome. I remember the first time I watched this, actually, I already knew the whole thing. Like, it was one of those movies that I heard from other people. Cause I watched it probably, I was out of high school. So, I mean, I was probably late teens, early 20s when I first watched it. And I just remember already knowing, like, how it ended. Because that's one thing everybody talked about was the ending. Like, that awesome fucking, the ending scene is like one of my favorite endings in cinema history. It really is. I think it's just so well shot, and just the feel, and just, I don't know, everything about it. So, like, I already knew everything about this movie going into it. Like, I already knew, and still was just like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. We rewatched it, like, the next day. I was like, I'm gonna watch that shit again. And, yeah, this was one that I blind bought. I was just like, I'll buy it. I'm not even gonna rent it. I'm just gonna buy it. And, yeah. Awesome. Number 8. The Omen. Boom. Boom! Love this movie so much, even got the tattoo, which you can't see because my hair is long, etched right there. Fucking right there. It almost got me fired. And I'm sure everybody in my family thinks I'm going to hell, but it don't matter because fucking Omen, baby. Oh, this movie, and this is one of those movies too where I remember when I watched this when I was probably in junior high. Like at an age when the look of a movie like this would have turned me off because I was more, with the exception of most, you know, like, I know, like, you know, there's other movies that maybe have that 70s grain, but, you know, as a kid I was retarded when it comes to films. I was just like, if it's not brand new, fuck it. And the fact that this is mostly drama, then, you know what I mean, like there's a lot, no, I mean there's action, but not much. It's definitely more story driven, and just the fact that when I watched it, I was hooked. And it was, I think I watched it maybe after The Exorcist, and I hated The Exorcist as a kid. Like I've grown to kind of like it now, and spoiler alert, it's not my top 10 because fuck The Exorcist. It's an okay movie, but it's definitely not top 50 okay. And that's not my opinion. But so I was just like, when I remember watching this, thinking like, well, this is just gonna be kind of like an Exorcist ripoff or whatever. And no, and awesome, fucking awesome. Yeah, brilliant. All right, where are we at? This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7. We got The Thing. Boom. What can you? I mean, once again, all these movies, there ain't really much you can say about them. They're just great. They're great for a reason. I just love the paranoia feel of this. I just love the Kurt Russell. Fucking Kurt Russell. It's just great. It's just top notch. Fucking awesome. So, boom. There we go. All right, number 6. Phantasm. For the longest time, honestly, as a kid, it probably was my favorite horror movie. Period. It always had a place in my heart. Just to me, this is it. Like this is literally, it has my favorite horror villain in it, and overall, I just love the story, and I love the feel of it. This was the exception to the 70s grit, as I mentioned earlier. Remember when I first watched it, I was a kid when I first watched it, and didn't quite, like, I knew it was like, you know, with Demons, it's all a dream. Some things are just like, what the fuck? And I'm a kid. I'm literally like, I don't know, 7 or 8 when I watched this, and didn't quite comprehend what I just watched, and loved it. Fucking loved it. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, the other 2 and 3 are great films too. In fact, as I'm doing this list now, I'm looking at my earlier, like, you know, and I'm like, Phantasm 2 should have been on there somewhere. And that's, like I said, that's the tough thing about doing a top 50, or top anything, is you got, but anyways, but 1 will always be right there for the Phantom, so, love it. Alright guys, top 5. Let's do this. You feel it? You fucking feel it? In my opinion, the scariest movie ever made. I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. To me, this is the scariest movie ever. This is the movie that literally, it made me, it took me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Like I watched it in the theater, I was on the edge of my seat for most of it, but it was when I got home that it followed me. Like it literally, I was just like, fuck, and it was scary. And at one point, now it ain't that bad. Like now I can watch it. But I remember, like, especially because I mean I was fresh out of high school when this movie, when I bought this movie, and I remember I didn't like watching it. But then I was like, what are you, fan of a pussy? Like you're afraid to watch a movie? Like what the fuck? And I would force myself to watch it like once a year. I'm not joking. Like this ain't a joke. That's how I was just like, I don't want to watch it alone, you know. And boom, it was so much little shit that would scare me throughout this movie, and I'd force myself to watch it. And then of course I got to the point where I'm like, okay, you know, it's not as scary now. But yeah, this is the only movie that had that kind of impact on my adult life, where I was still kind of like, holy shit, like it just, I don't know. The Ring. Fucking Ring. Awesome. Awesome. And I don't care, everybody's like, oh, the original, fuck the original. This is it. Like, I'm sorry. Dude, so much creepier than the original. The atmosphere is so much darker. I love it. I love that Seattle gray. It's depressing. It looks like Seven. Like, it looks like literally like something else 7. It's just so gloomy. Doom, the Doom is represented so much just in the look of the film. I love it. It really is just great. And it's another one. I love the curse that follows you, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I was in this situation, I wouldn't have made it out. I would not have the investigative skills to figure out what the fuck's going on and make the coffee. I'd just be fucked, and I'd be crying. I'd be crying as Samara cried on TV. Like I wouldn't even get a chance to run, and I just like fall down in a fetal position and just keep my eyes closed. I'm like, I'm not gonna open them, because when I open, she'll be right there. So fuck it. I'm just gonna sit here and cry and hold myself and just wait for that death to come. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Scariest fucking movie. Number 4. Some will call this sci-fi, but I'm sorry, to me this is strictly horror, and I'm talking about Alien. Boom. You just can't touch this movie. I remember even when I first watched them. No, you know what? I'll stand by. I think this is my favorite throughout. And even though my personality would lean more, I guess, toward the action of part 2, but I just love the story of this one. I mean, literally, and it's well documented. You know, it's if you've seen a movie, like 45 minutes before anything actually goes down. But I love it. Like, I like every character. Some more than others, obviously. But I like all the characters. And it's just a straight up, by the number. You know, he's killing them off one by one. It's a horror film. It's a horror film set in space. And I love it. Yeah, just epic. What that is. Fucking top 3! Woo! Oh, here it goes, guys. We're here. We're here. I think anybody who's ever watched my channel ever would know what my top 3 is already. But here we go. At number 3. Shining. Come on. Come on. Perfection. Literally perfection in a film. Right here. Boom. It's great. What can you say? I actually had the privilege to watch this on the big screen. In fact, a buddy of mine took me to the movies for my birthday, and I got to see this and Room 237 double feature. So, I got to see this, and dude, I love it. And the thing is, like, the more I watch it now, it's almost more, I get more of a comedic value out of it. And I'm like, and I just remember watching it with a crowd, and like Nicholson would just say something, and I would just start laughing, and I'm looking around like, oh shit, no one else is laughing. Fuck. Like, I don't know. You know, I just love his performance. Fuck Stephen King for not liking this movie. I don't get what his fucking problem is. Like, I love Stephen King. I'm a huge King fan. In fact, I'll take that fuck Stephen King back, because I actually do love Stephen King. But he's fucking getting over this movie. It's great. It's better than your book. I'm sorry to say that. And I would say it to his face. I've read the book. The book was good. But it's not this. This took what was in the pages and made it better. I'm sorry. It happens. De Palma did it with Carrie. I think Carrie, the movie, is definitely better than the book. And I'm sorry, this movie is better than Stephen King, or yeah, his novel. It just is. Epic. I mean, just every scene in this is just fucking epic. So. Number 2. Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead. Oh, this is another one that was just like a game changer. Before I watched this, man, I want to say I may have watched this on. No, I didn't. I don't say. I think I might watch this. You know, no, I didn't watch this with Sammy Terry. I watched my cousin, fucking Jimbo, the Drifter. He had this, I believe. If I remember correctly, it was a long time ago. I mean, I watched this when I was young, but it was a black and white movie. A black and white, and I was a kid, and once again, just like fucking Maya in there. If it's black and white, I just didn't want to watch it. I mean, you're a kid. You're like, this is an old movie. I don't want to see an old movie. And I just remember watching it and just, it sucked me in. It sucked me, it held my attention the entire fucking time. And that ending, oh, it's so, even now, the ending's so bleak to me. Like, I'm watching it, I'm just like, fucking say something. Just say something. Hey guys, I'm alive and I'm not a zombie. Instead, he stumbles around, gets popped in the head. Oh, it's so bleak and depressing. Awesome. This literally is, boom, the best zombie movie ever made. This is one of the best movies ever made, period. In fact, these 3 movies, the top 3, are in my top 5 movies of all time, period. Like, of any genre. It's just, it's perfection. It really is. Like, I keep saying that word, but it's fucking true. Night of the Living Dead. Ah. We already know what number 1 is. We already know what number 1 is. But guess what? BAM! Oh, come on. You can't fuck with this movie. Halloween, the original. This is boom. What else can you say? What else can you say? Michael Myers, the best slasher out there. And this is another one that he freaked me out when I was a kid. It was another one of those that, and it was that silent. I mean, I remember watching, in fact, I watched a majority of the Friday the 13th before I ever watched a Halloween movie. Because I kind of got started on Halloween late. And not like ridiculously. I mean, I think I was probably in 6th grade when I watched my first one. And it's weird because the first one I watched was actually, it had to be 6th grade because Curse of Michael Myers, part 6. I watched part 6 first. And I just remember watching it and digging it, but I was like, all right. And everybody's like, we gotta watch the first one. So I remember watching 1 and 2 back to back, and I was like, holy shit, like brilliant, like this is great. And then I went out and watched the others, and then was hooked. But no, just talking about that. You know, when I watched that first one, it was just that, you know, that silence, that cold, dark stare. I mean, he was just, you know, broad daylight, sun shining in beautiful California. I mean, you know, Haddonfield, Illinois. Fucking California's like palm trees and shit. He's right there, standing there, broad daylight, and he's still scary. There's no crazy sound effects. There's no weirdness. It's just cameras on him. You're looking through a window. You got a car in a window, and there's a road between you. There's a lot of distance between you and Michael Myers, and he's still scary. I'm sorry. As much as I love Jason Voorhees, he's not that scary over there. You can swap him out. Same movie. Just put Jason over there. Not that scary. But Michael Myers, man. This movie is just brilliant. I mean, the direction is fucking 10-star. I mean, seriously, it's... I've already did these reviews for all... I mean, I reviewed every one of these movies already. So I'm not going to go through a whole, but boom. That's it. My top 10. My top 10. And these are pretty much etched in stone. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's really no wiggle room when it comes down to these. The 30s on up, maybe 20s on up, those can be interchanged and whatnot, but these, locked in there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this this journey with me on my top 50. So yeah, you got any comments about it? Drop it down below. Once again, you know, I want to see yours. I want to see what your top, you know, 10, 50, whatever you want to do. Let me see them. That's all I want to say. So, all right, guys, Movie Phantom out.